Hi all, welcome to my channel. Let's start reading pages 15 and 16 in Danica favorite. She turned to Ralin almost as if it were an afterthought. I'm so sorry. It is usually not this disorganized here. When Lindsay didn't come out of the closet, Janie opened the door and gave a small chuckle. Sounds asleep. She's just at the stage where she kind of needs a nap but won't take one. It's a weird age to manage. She was dropped off so early this morning, and that I'm sure she's wiped out. She picked up the sleeping child, held her in her arms for a moment, and then gently laid her on one of the couches. Like I said, it is usually not like this. So tell me, what brings you to the double R? We aren't open to guests until next week. Janie walked behind the registration desk and typed a few things in the computer. Then her face fell. Oh no, you are from that magazine, aren't you? I'm so sorry, we have already made a terrible first impression. I didn't think you were getting here until tonight. While Ralin did think this was a bad way to run a business, there was something about the distress on Janie's face that made her sympathetic. Janie was trying to do the best she could, hoping to impress the reporter, and she thought she had blown it. It's fine, Ralin said. I understand. Sometimes things happen. I recognize you from the background research I did. You ran the local community resource center. It sounds like you are doing great things with it. Hopefully, this would ease Janie's mind. Some people got so nervous around Ralin when she was working on a story. It was always best to put them at ease. Janie grinned widely. Yes, so many projects. In fact, that's kind of why I'm trying to cover for the girl who usually works the front desk. He's had so many bad things happen, and this job is supposed to be a fresh start for her. It sounds like you really care. Raylan said she understood the helplessness in Janie's face. After all, that's how she had felt dealing with some of her family members. Janie was choosing to help people. Raylan respected that. After all, she was trying to help people too, just in a different way. Anyway, Janie said, she's a good kid. Well, I guess she's not really a kid anymore, but she's had a hard time of it, and I'm just trying to look out for her. Raylan smiled. Your secret is safe with me. I can understand the situation. I would love to come down to the community center to see the work you are doing. I want a big picture of the community as I can get for the article. I understand the double R does a lot for the community center. Janie smiled. I appreciate that. My husband had been great with getting grants and things, but I think it would be really good for our donors to see someone taking note of the work we do and getting some positive press. That's the end of page 15 and 16. Now let's move on to the explanation. So after all this speaking, Janie came to Ralin and said, I am sorry, this place is not usually like this. And Lindsay didn't come out of the closet because she slept already. Janie picked her up and laid her in the couches. And then Janie said, we are not open for the guest until next week. Then Janie realizes and asked, are you from the magazine? Ralin actually felt sympathetic for Janie as she's trying to do something best she could. So Ralin, you are doing great. So Ralin said, you're doing great. And that calms Janie's mind. Then Janie said about the friend desk girl that she's trying to cover for her. You are doing for the community. Ralin said, I would love to see the work you are doing for the community and publish it in my article. Janie said, I appreciate that. My husband is looking for some grants and donors also. Glad if they knew someone getting note of that work. That's the end of page 15 and 16 explanation. Let's see you in the next video.